The legalization of marijuana, I think, has become a needed conversation in our society, and especially in the church, even as well, as it's being more and more widely used for medicinal purposes, and now some states have legalized it for recreational use, and other states like Minnesota are considering the legalization of marijuana for recreational use. So it's a relevant topic that I think we'd be wise to discuss and talk about together. So what should Christians think about the use of marijuana? Well, let's break it down into two categories, medicinal use and then recreational use. First, medicinal. God has given us a wide variety of substances in His creation that we can use to alleviate pain and to heal diseases. And so to the extent that cannabis can be used to alleviate pain and heal disease, absolutely, we are all for that. Whatever chemical properties marijuana has that can be used to that end, let's invest our time and our energies into finding out how we can harness those properties and use them for medical purposes and to alleviate suffering. By all means, let's do that. We use all kinds of substances and chemicals for those kinds of purposes, and cannabis should be no exception. Let's study it and let's use it for medical purposes, absolutely. Recreational use, however, I think we need to think about that a little more. Because first, the Bible warns us really against any kind of intoxication for really any kind, or for really any reason. Don't get drunk. Don't drink to get drunk. Alcohol can be used without feeling its intoxicating effects, but marijuana can't. Second, the Bible encourages us to be of sound mind. And this is really kind of, I guess, the main point. Be of sound mind and have clear thinking, the Bible directs us as Christians, for our day-to-day walk with Christ. We need to be mentally ready for action. Peter says in 1 Peter, he says, get your mind ready. Get your mind ready for action. You need to be mentally ready to fight the fight of faith and to walk the Christian walk. You need to be mentally prepared to combat sin in your life and to fight against temptation in your life. And anything that is going to cloud your thinking or diminish your mental capacity, I think Scripture would have us avoid. And this is why I would argue we should indulge in things like alcohol really very slowly and with a lot of consideration about what any use is going to do to our ability to have a clear mind. And to be frank, you can't indulge in marijuana use recreationally without it clouding your mind. It's just one of the regular effects. It's going to happen if you use marijuana recreationally. So it just seems to me like using marijuana recreationally goes against how the Bible directs us to have clear thoughts, clear thinking, having a clear mind that's ready to fight the fight of faith at a moment's notice. And really, again, that's what Christians do every day. We're fighting that fight of faith. And so we need to be ready to do that, because who knows what the devil's going to throw at us? Who knows what kind of temptation we're going to come across on a day-to-day basis? And we need to be ready for those things. Third, I think we need to consider what recreational marijuana use does to our Christian witness. What message do we communicate to the world if we need to smoke a joint to relax or to have a good time? What does that say about our faith? What does that say about our testimony? And we could say the same thing about alcohol. What does alcohol use? How does that influence our testimony if we need to have a drink in order to relax or to have a good time? What does that say about my walk with Christ? I just think that's something we need to consider and needs to be a part of this conversation as well. So just really briefly, all that to say, I don't think you can use marijuana recreationally without sinning, because it just seems to bring you to a place that the Bible just says, don't go there. Don't go there. Keep that clear mind. Keep your clear head. Keep your clear thinking. And don't intentionally do something to cloud that. And that's really the way the Bible directs us as Christians to live our lives every day. So recreational marijuana use, it seems to me that the pattern of Scripture is telling us, just don't do it.